Hi, I'm Katie Frid and I'm an artist and I'm volunteering for Alex Hartley's Vigil project for the Folkestone Triennial here in Folkestone. I'm 180 foot up the side of a building. Alex Hartley has said about how his artwork is reminiscent of protests from the 80s and also Fathers for Justice protests where they climbed onto high buildings and onto roofs and things. So I wanted, as part of my sort of spin on the project, was to make some protest videos and awareness videos, and this video that I wanted to make was about vitamin B12. Before I volunteered for this project, I was actually really ill and sleeping a lot, sleeping all the time, and when I was awake I was finding it very difficult to do anything. I was really ill and there is no way that I could have done a project like this a few months ago. So what was the miraculous cure? What did the doctors find out that I had? Well, actually I went for various tests. They tested me for Addison's, which is like a rare condition which I didn't have, and they tested me for various different things. A lot of the time the doctors just said I was depressed, and although obviously being ill a lot does make you depressed, I knew it wasn't depression, so I persisted in saying there's something wrong with me and it bloody well isn't depression. And eventually a doctor at the hospital tested me for B12, and actually it was quite interesting because at the same time, when on the way home actually from the hospital, I was speaking to somebody on the bus about it, a lady on the bus, and she said, oh, B12, oh yeah, it'll probably be that. I'd been tested for various things, vitamin D and various other things like that. So vitamin B12, this lady on the bus said, oh, it'll probably be that one because that one sends you a bit cuckoo. And I was like, oh, hang on, I never said I was cuckoo, I just said I was tired a lot. So I wasn't quite sure about that, but I went home and I investigated about B12, and yeah, I discovered all this stuff, and a friend had also shared a video on Facebook that I watched about B12, and this guy basically was going to die because of vitamin B12 deficiency, where he wasn't absorbing the B12, so he actually had pernicious anemia, and yeah, and he was almost going to die, and then he made this sort of recovery. Some neurological damage remained, but he did make a recovery and he was able to walk again and things like that. And it suddenly struck me that it was certainly worth a try, especially as it suggested that B12, you can't overdose on B12. Obviously get doctor's advice and investigate a lot yourself. But I went to the doctors with the results and they said, well, your B12 is in the normal range, because in the UK it is considered normal range, and they didn't so much take notice of the symptoms on their own without the blood testing. They're kind of relying on blood testing too much. In Japan, my level of B12 was actually below the level that they would treat you for in a place like Japan. So I ended up just going to a health food shop and buying some B12 vitamins, really high strength, 2000%, and I took those and I felt remarkably better. I'm now on B12 tablets that are 20,000%, and I'm much better on those, but I still think there's more investigating that needs to be done, and I kind of wanted to share this video for those people who maybe think, there was one stage I wondered if I had ME, and I think for those people who maybe have chronic fatigue or ME, but it hasn't been tested, it's just what they maybe think, because I know there is an actual test for chronic fatigue. I think it's definitely worth investigating B12, because if you take it, it doesn't do you any harm if you take too much B12, allegedly, and if it works for you, it means you can lead more of a normal life. I'm just, you know, and the doctors don't accept that that actually the B12 helped me. So I can't understand what they think did make a difference, because I've probably been really ill for a year, and possibly sort of slowly declining before that. So yeah, I just wanted to share this as a bit of an awareness video, to share this, to say, get yourself educated. There is a, if you look up B12 info, there is a website somewhere about it, and yeah, you need to get yourself educated about it. Okay, well, I hope that helps, and yeah, take your B12. Bye.